Hello, friends. Thanks for staying with me. Welcome to Yufi's show. I'm going to be discussing on the predicament of a lady. She shared this with me. She said, I had an affair with a man that promised to get married to me when I was in my father's house. In the process, I got pregnant. I called him to tell him I was pregnant. He picked. He didn't say anything. And later, when I called him back, he wasn't picking my calls. I tried calling over and over again, but I don't know if he blocked me. I sent him several text messages that went, but there was no reply. After some time, during the time of delivery, I had my children. They happened to be twin, a boy and a girl. I started to move my life forward because he wasn't still showing up. People started coming. I had suitors coming to marry me. But each time they come, I tell them that I had children. They will just leave. No man was ready to accept a woman that already has a kid, let alone twin children. I decided that after so many disappointments from men, I will no longer tell them that I have children. When my husband came around, we had relationship, but throughout, I decided not to tell him I had children. I told my mom never to tell him that I had kids. We continued in the relationship, and furthermore, we got married. By God's grace, I married a wealthy man. When we got married, everything was going well. I was living a good life. So I dropped my kids with my mom, who promised to take care of them. And I sent weekly allowance to her for my kids. But I started noticing that my mom started demanding so much money from me. And each time I tell her that I don't have the amount she's demanding from me, she would threaten me that she will tell my husband that I had children because she is aware that my husband doesn't know that I have kids. I tried talking to my mom that I am trying to give her the amount I give to her every week, but she refused to listen. She told me that my husband is wealthy. I should be taking money from him. Whenever she asks for any amount of money, I should be able to give to her. I continued because I didn't want her to tell my husband that I had kids. It was a secret I was keeping with her. When this thing continued, I decided to call my elder brother in Lagos. I told him what I was going through, what my mom was doing to me. And I told him to call my mom to talk to her to see if she would listen to my elder brother. My elder brother called my mom, talking to her that she should not be demanding so much from me. But to my surprise, she didn't listen to my elder brother. My elder brother called me back to tell me that she has talked and talked and talked. And the mom said that as long as she's the one taking care of those children, that she has the right to demand for any amount from me. I decided to be putting up with it. I put up with it for a long time because I didn't want my husband to know. After some time, there was this particular amount of money. One day she asked for me, and I was then 3 years in my marriage. I didn't have any child in my husband's house. So my mom asked me for a very huge amount of money. I told her I didn't have such an amount of money to give her. That right now, 3 years in marriage, I had no savings. I kept telling her that I didn't have such an amount of money to give to her. My mom wasn't comfortable anymore. She now threatened me that she would take those kids to my house and dump them there for me since I'm refusing to give her what she wanted. I kept on begging my mom. I went to the extent of telling her that at that time she was requesting for that amount of money. I didn't have it, but I'll look for that money the next week to give to her. She told me that I wanted to see what she could do. And she's my mom. I never expected such from her. My husband doesn't go to work on Saturdays. So on a Saturday morning, that same week, she asked for that money. On that Saturday in the morning, she came. My mom came. I heard voices at the gates. I recognized that it was my mom. I was upstairs, so I came downstairs. Before I could come down to the boys' quarter to see what was happening, my husband was already downstairs, was already there. And the next thing I saw my husband was already looking devastated. And I came out to the scene. I went straight to my mom. I told my mom that what was happening because I was shocked to see my kids there. So I asked my mom. My mom told me bluntly that I should take my kids, that she has brought my kids back to me, that she's tired of taking care of them. Ah, I was like, the ground should open. Let me enter. Because when I looked at my husband was totally devastated. It was when I knew that my mom has ruined my marriage. I didn't have anything to say. At that point in time, my husband left us and entered into the house. I had to start calling a very good friend of mine. Thank God she responded. She came. I explained everything to her. And I told her that as from now, she'll be the one taking care of my kids. That I'll be sending weekly allowances to her to take care of them. My friend agreed. She carried them and went back. So I was sending her weekly allowances. So when she took them, I came back home. I came back to my home. I wanted to talk to my husband. He refused to talk to me. I tried to explain. He just walked out of the house. He came back. I served his meal as normal. He refused eating. In fact, he didn't eat my food for months. I called my elder brother in Lagos. I told him what I was going through. My elder brother told me that the mistake I did was that I would have told him. I would have told my husband. If I had knew that my mom would behave like this, that I would have just told my husband this. But at then, I didn't know what to do. I called my mom on phone, she picked. I told her that she has ruined my marriage. She just cut a call at me. I was so shattered. I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. At the time, I said, okay, whatever it is, however it will be, if my husband decides to end this marriage, then so be it. Because that was what's the only thing I was expecting from him. Because we are not living together as husband and wife again. We are living like strangers. So the thing is, if he wants to end the marriage, then so be it. Each time he comes back, I will go beg him. But as normal, he will walk out. So I was just waiting for the day he will just call me and give me his final verdict about the whole thing. I was home one day. He called me. My husband called me. I think that was the first time he talked to me for months. He called me, I came. So he said I should sit. I wasn't even worthy to sit. I knelt down on the ground. He said I should stand up and sit down. I said no, that I wasn't worthy to sit down. That he should talk to me like this. Anything he tells me now, I will take it. So when he looked at me with like tears coming out of my eyes. He knew that I was so sorry for whatever has happened. So he now told me in a good tone to stand up and sit. I looked at him. He said he kept on telling me to stand up and sit. I stood up. I sat down. He told me that if I could hide such a thing from him, that I was capable of killing him. I told him that whatever he tells me at that point in time, that I accept, that I was so wrong. So when he saw that I was so sorry, he told me that he also has his own secrets to tell me. I was startled, but at the time I came down because I knew that the secret I started it. So he started talking. He said that for 3 years we got married, that we don't have kids. Because even before he married me, that the doctors have told him that he has low sperm counts and that he cannot be able to have children except God intervenes. I couldn't say anything. He asked me of the father of my kids, my children. I told him that ever since I got pregnant and called him, up till that time, he was asking me that I've not heard from the man. I've not seen him with my two eyes. He hasn't even bothered to call me. So he asked me again, that am I saying that the father of these kids are not coming for these kids? I said they are not coming. That he don't even know if I give birth and all that. That he's not coming. That the last time I called him was that I was pregnant. And since then, I've not heard from him. So he asked me again to be sure. I told him. So my husband now suggested that since for 3 years now we don't have kids, that if he can adopt my children. So I told him that if he wants to, then I'm fine with it. Because that's what I've even been wanting. I've been wanting my kids to belong, to have a father. So I was so pleased. In me, I was happy, but I pretended. My husband now went to the welfare, called everything legally. He made every documents to adopt my children. I was so happy with it. And finally, my kids now became my husband's children. That was how, before I could even say anything, my husband went by himself to bring back my kids from my friend's house. And they came home. That was how my children today have a father. Now, my husband asked me that since we were both working, we don't have time, that if I could go call my mom to come and be taking care of my kids. I told my husband that for now, I don't want to have anything to do with my mom. My husband started talking to me that I should forgive her. That I asked my husband one question. I asked my husband if he has ever seen a mother that could betray the child. So my husband kept talking to me to forgive her. Actually, it took me time, but right now, I have forgiven my mom. But the thing is, I don't want her anywhere close to me. Because if my mom could go to that length, my mom can also kill my kids. My mom can do unimaginable things. I am not safe. I and my family, we are not safe. Because I didn't know my mom to be like that. I didn't know my mom to be materialistic. But I suddenly saw it. So if such a thing could happen to her biological daughter, how much more? So right now, I don't want to have anything to do with my mom. Although I've forgiven her, I will also give her whatever she wants, but I don't want her anywhere close. That was the story of this lady. Now, after narrating to me, I told her that it is painful. What her mom did was painful. But since she said she has forgiven her, that she should forgive her all round. She should make peace and forgive her all round. She should let her come close. Because if you say you've forgiven her, you've not forgiven her when she's at a distance and you are at a distance. That's not a genuine forgiveness. So now, hearing the story of this lady, what do you want her to do? Because the battle now is between her mother and her. Because the husband now, they've all settled. Are you advising this lady to forgive the mom? Or you are advising her to do away with the mother? What is your advice for this lady? Just she's your mother doesn't make her a perfect woman. Okay? So the devil can do anything. But in all, your mother is still your mother. You can't change her because of what happened. She is still your mother. So to me, I will advise her to forgive her mom. So what is your own advice for her? Please drop it at the comment section. I will really appreciate it and she will appreciate it. Thank you very much for staying with me. If you love this video, like, share, comment, and please follow this page for more. Also, follow me on TikTok at YouFeelLove and on Instagram at I am Chinonye Eze. You feel love. We see you in our next video. Bye bye.